I know some of you wanted that slap. That that slap, man. I don't know what it is, but some of you really want that for some reason. All right, this video is going to be a little bit different than normal, you know. I've been seeing a lot going on, especially when it comes to the Jim Ryan stuff. You know, now we have Naughty Dog laying people off and pretty much putting on ice factions. You know, I'll put a link in the description to the article that is going about it. You can read it, get all the information for yourself. Now, this video is not going to be about the factions thing. This video is going to be a interaction that's going on with the factions. It is pretty much the catalyst that led to this video. You know, for years, Xbox content creators, we have went out above and beyond saying, you know, what we disagree and what we agree with whatever Xbox is doing. You know, prime example is when they raised the prices of Xbox Live Go. They didn't technically raise the price. They stopped giving you the discount that they normally would. Normally, if you would buy a whole year up front, you would get a good, sizable discount, and, you know, all the way up to like half. But, you know, they stopped doing that, so we were vocal. We screamed from the top of our lungs everywhere, you know, we don't like this. And I think we can all agree that Microsoft listened and they reversed those policies. Now, let's talk about factions. You know, a lot of PlayStation content creators, PlayStation, you know, fanboys that's on Twitter that normally love attacking me, love putting it on my comment section how bad Xbox is, saying they have no games, they have no management. You know, regardless what you seem to think, I feel like a lot of you just overlook everything happening on PlayStation. That's what this video is about. You know, too many, especially PlayStation content creators, are too busy talking about what's going on Xbox. They're too busy talking about Xbox influencers or Xbox podcasters and, you know, why do they make content on a platform that they deem have no games or games that they want. Regardless what's the matter, there's a lot of that on YouTube, on Twitter, on Twitch. And it's gotten to the point where it's like, for years, they have done nothing but focus on us. You know, I see myself as I run my YouTube channel like I would run you getting a college degree. You know, I got a major in something and a minor in something. I got a major in Xbox. That's what this channel is generally about, is my wishes, my criticisms, what I like what's going on in the industry, what I don't like that's going on in the industry. Everything's up for debate and everything is up for coverage that I can cover, but not everything I cover, because I know, you know, the general feel is I want to make content that you guys enjoy. And for the most part, Xbox related, you guys really enjoy that. And this because I have, you know, gathered this awesome community of Xbox gamers, and we love to talk passionate about what's going on with Xbox. And, you know, first off, I want to point out that there's not just toxic PlayStation fanboys and toxic content creators. You know, I just recently went out on a rant on Twitter that's saying, you know, people were spoiling Spider-Man 2. And I just don't think that's cool. Look, I get it. Some of these people are doing it for retaliation. I happened on Starfield, but you don't have to do that. We can be better. You know, we can show a good example for the Xbox community, because, you know, I get it. Sometimes the PlayStation people be coming out as hardcore. You know, there for a while, especially during the Xbox One generation, it was hard making content on Xbox because there's just so much negativity about the topic in general, about the brand. But I think a lot of that's changed, and you got these leftover people from those old days that don't really have anywhere to pivot. So, you know, a lot of people on Twitter, they have said multiple times, it's like, you know, they consider Xbox, you know, a brand that they've went on. And as you could see, look at the Xbox content creators. A lot of them, if not the majority of them, make content on Xbox. They talk about, you know, Xbox, what they want, what they don't want, kind of like what I do. And then, you know, I can't find too many. You know, there are people that do make content about PlayStation on the PlayStation end. MBG, I would say Jabari and Persona, they do it. But then there's a lot of other people that they only really talk about Xbox. They're not really a PlayStation channel. They're an anti-Xbox channel, and that's cool. You know, like I said, I make content for my community. We celebrate games. We celebrate the bad decisions that Xbox make, and we celebrate the good decisions that Xbox make. So that's the audience that I make content for. Some of these other individuals, they have gotten a bunch of people that seems like they don't like games. Seems like they only want to talk about the negativity that's in the industry. And there is negative, but to me, I might talk about the negative, but I do talk about the positive. Talk about games that I like playing. You know, on the Iron Lords podcast, we talk about to developers that make the games. You know, that whole platform was designed and nurtured off of celebrating the good in the industry. And I think that's the biggest issue. It's like, you know, there's too much negativity. You know, there is a such thing as toxic positivity, but then there's a counterbalance where people just want to be negative. Maybe it's because they generate clicks, which generates money. And I do feel like the industry and somewhat rewards that kind of behavior, because you see people going off of the clickbait titles. You know, it's kind of crazy because they continue to get worked with. They continue to make that kind of money. And obviously, why would they not do that? And that's why it's like PlayStation content creators and fanboys have spent years, and I mean years, literally years, judging me and criticizing me for playing on the Xbox brand. When at the time all of this is going down, they've had studios being shut down on PlayStation. They've had policies being done that's very anti-consumer. They've had reviewers getting silenced because they made negative PlayStation content when it comes to a particular game. They've had price hikes, multiple of them. Well, not necessarily indirect price hikes, but I personally consider when they changed the infrastructure of PlayStation Now to what it is now, PlayStation Plus, that was a low-key price hike. That's just me when it comes to those higher tiers, but that's just me. And then legit price hikes when it comes to what we just currently had. We've had companies that get defunded from PlayStation because I guess they don't like what's going on over there at that studio. And then we have now factions getting pretty much canceled. Now, it's not officially canceled. It is on ice, which on ice, we don't know what that means. That could mean it's on ice for a couple months and then they re-pick it up, or it's just gone. Most likely, that studio is working on Last of Us Part 3, like entirely. I don't know. They might be working on a new IP. Maybe they want to do something different. And then you got like the shift of PlayStation that went away from that third-person action adventure over the shooter to all they really talk about these days is games as a service. You know, the whole point of this video is to show that it's like, you know, a lot of these people that make these videos attacking Xbox audience and attacking the Xbox content creators and consistently on every turn asking why we want to play on Xbox, they just, it's like they don't look at their own house. And, you know, their own house isn't necessarily on fire, but it's definitely not stable. I think we can all fairly say that. It's just like, you know, pay attention to what's going on in your own house, man. You know, PlayStation needs criticism too, man. And that's pretty much all this video is about. It's just like, I find it hilarious that all this is going down when the audience that watches that content, and it's not everyone, like I said, there's good and bad on every corner. There's good and bad PC fanboys, Xbox fanboys, Nintendo fanboys, PlayStation fanboys. Hell, there's iPhone fanboys, Android fanboys. There is fanboys on every corner. And I just wanted to come out. It's kind of a rant video. But anyway, put in the comment section below what you guys feel. You know, do you think that this is a result of the community not really taking PlayStation accountable for anything? Or do you think that this was going to happen regardless? Because, you know, sooner or later, companies that build up a great portfolio, they tend to come down at some point. But anyway, you know, tell me what you guys think. I'm very curious your guys' opinion in the comment section below. And until next time, this is Gaming Addict. I'm out of here. Peace.